What if I told you there's a ticking time bomb in many relationships, and it tends to explode around the 1 year mark? It's the moment when a woman's sex drive can suddenly drop off, leaving both partners really confused and frustrated about what's happening. The fuse of this time bomb is often a lack of emotional intimacy. Does this sound familiar? Do you wonder why this happens, and do you want to know how to prevent it? Don't worry, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand the root cause and learn 7 powerful strategies to foster emotional intimacy and keep the passion alive in your relationship. So let's get started. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Adam Lane Smith, your relationship specialist with over 15 years of professional experience. I'm here to guide you through the often challenging but also rewarding terrain of romantic relationships. Today we're discussing a phenomenon that affects many couples, the mysterious decline in women's sex drive after that first year of a relationship. But trust me, with the proper understanding and the right approach, this is something that you can overcome. Let's jump right in. Consider emotional intimacy as the fuel that keeps that flame of passion burning in your relationship. Without it, the fire dies down and your relationship will lose its heat. Emotional intimacy is also the bond that sustains long-term relationships. Just like fuel and fire, your relationship can thrive with emotional intimacy. But without it, you might be heading for an unexpected and unrelenting cold spell. Let's help you avoid that. So what is emotional intimacy? And how does it relate to a woman's sex drive? At its core, emotional intimacy is the level of emotional closeness and openness between two people. It forms the heart of deeply connected and satisfying relationships. Interestingly, studies show that a woman's sex drive is closely tied to the level of emotional intimacy in her relationships. True emotional intimacy requires complete openness and comfort with each other, particularly during times of disagreement or conflict. This requires profound trust in each other. Trust that your partner will act in good faith, that they'll stand beside you even when the going gets tough, and it's about believing that they will support you and collaborate in problem solving, and that they'll genuinely care for your well-being. Moreover, if emotional intimacy means sharing all parts of yourself without reservations, knowing that you'll be accepted for who you truly are. It's about mutual disclosure, where both partners open up about their deepest fears, their dreams, their feelings, and they can feel seen, heard, and loved in return. It's about being at ease with your vulnerability because you know your partner wants to know the real you, the good and the bad, and they still choose to love you. When these elements all come together, they create a deep bond that nourishes both the emotional connection and the physical passion in a relationship. If this sounds like high-level stuff, don't worry. I've got 7 tips to make it happen. However, emotional intimacy is very absent in many relationships today. That leads to a significant drop-off in the woman's sex drive after that first year. There's one crucial reason why this is happening. Yes, emotional intimacy is in very short supply in modern relationships, and it does lead to that female sex drive completely tanking. The missing link can usually be traced back to one primary antagonist: insecure attachment. This term, it's rooted in attachment theory, which I teach, refers to the anxiety and avoidance that we may experience in relationships that are based on our earliest bonding experiences. Insecure attachment breeds fear, fear of openness, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, and a host of other emotional wounds. This fear builds a high, impenetrable wall that prevents individuals from opening up and fully trusting others, thereby impeding the formation of deep emotional bonds. When you're constantly on guard, it becomes almost impossible to expose your authentic self and form a connection on a deeper, more intimate level. This lack of emotional intimacy is what causes the woman's sex drive to decline over time. Without this bonding glue, the relationship starts to fray at the edges, and minor issues can escalate, which causes more friction and potentially leads to the breakdown of the relationship. This underlines the critical role of emotional intimacy and what it plays in maintaining that satisfying physical connection in a relationship. Now, I have so many clients that I've seen fall apart like this with that low sex drive. So many women come to me and they ask, why is my sex drive so low? And I ask, do you respect him? Do you trust him? Do you feel safe with him? Are you able to open up with him? Some of them say no because they're terrified of opening up and they feel like they are unlovable. A lot of women with anxious attachment will struggle like this. Some women have avoidant attachment and they feel like they can never open up with anyone because no one wants to hear it and they don't even know how to build that sort of a bond. And their sex drive falls apart at 1 year when they switch from dopamine bonding over to more oxytocin bonding, especially through sex drive. Some of them don't feel close to him because of his attachment issues. When we fix that, they can trust him. They feel safer with him. They respect him. This usually makes the sex drive go up. It bonds them, and it releases some hormones that bond them and increase the female sex drive. Oxytocin is really important for this. And when you have a lot of attachment issues, oxytocin is in very short supply. It's very hard to get what you need to really build that sex drive. So think of the female sex drive as a great measure tool for how the relationship's doing and how the attachment's doing on both sides. Very important to think of it that way. Now, to keep the passion alive in your relationship, it's essential to understand how to cultivate emotional intimacy. Let's explore 7 effective strategies that I give my clients to nurture this vital connection and which makes their sex drives go through the roof. Here are those 7 ways to enhance emotional intimacy and maintain your woman's emotional and physical sex drive. Number 1 is open communication. Regular, honest, and open conversations are absolutely important here. Make a habit of discussing your feelings, your thoughts, your fears, and your dreams. Open up and communicate clearly and honestly. I know on the internet it's common to say that don't ever do this because she'll leave you on the spot. Actually, this is what maintains the healthy relationship. Just learn how to do it in a way that's more solution focused. I have other videos on this channel if you need help with that, or drop it in the comments and say, Adam, how do I communicate effectively without feeling pathetic? I will share some resources and I'll help you out. Active listening. Now, listening is just as crucial as sharing. Show your partner you genuinely care about their feelings and their perspectives. Again, I have videos on this channel for how to do that. If you're not sure how to listen in a way that creates emotional intimacy, leave a comment, I will help. Quality time together is number 3. Spend quality time together doing activities you both enjoy. Shared experiences like that can foster a much deeper emotional bond. I've got resources on this channel for vasopressin bonding, which is crucial, and oxytocin bonding, that time together, feeling intimate, feeling safe. That builds that oxytocin, which leads straight into the female sex drive. That's the female Viagra, if you want to think of it that way. Number 4, show some empathy. Be there for your partner, especially during challenging times. Show some understanding and provide comfort. One of the best things you can do for her is be there when she is stressed or hurting and show her what kind of person you are when somebody else has emotional needs. Build that in, and that is a great time to increase that bonding together. If you fail this, it's going to be really hard to build her sex drive because she knows that you don't care about her. Number 5, maintain physical intimacy. So many husbands forget this. Hugs, kisses, cuddles, anything, a touch on the back, a slap on the butt once in a while. These things foster a sense of closeness and affection, and that really includes a lot of emotional intimacy into the relationship. Make sure you are maintaining non-sexual physical contact. Do this more. Number 6 is some personal growth. Encourage and support each other's personal growth over the course of your life. It can strengthen your emotional bond and make your relationship more filling. And I have other tips on this channel for how men especially can help the woman in their life, help them boost their growth and their improvements. If you need help, check that out. I've got those videos on here. If you can't find them, leave a comment, let me know. I will help you do that too. But she wants to help you grow. Think of it that way. Number 7, seek professional help. I always close with this one. If insecure attachment, for example, is causing some of these issues, consider seeking help from a professional. You kind of are right now. Coaches can provide tools and strategies to overcome these challenges. I've seen the female sex drive come roaring back when couples fix this one, especially because the attachment issues, they can get right in the way. The man can do everything right, and it can actually make it worse, where hers starts to die because she's afraid of losing him. If her drive is low, it might be because she has anxious attachment style and she's constantly trying to perform when she doesn't need to. Talking about those expectations, fixing the attachment, even taking my attachment course together, things like that can boost that sex drive like you can't believe. Get the obstacles out of the way so her natural drive can come roaring through. That does some amazing bonding for couples. I can't even tell you. Now, before we conclude, a quick reminder. Please don't forget to subscribe and make sure you turn on notifications so that you don't miss any more valuable relationship advice and strategies. Your support allows me to create more content like this, and for that, I'm very grateful. So thank you. Now, one more time, if attachment issues are getting in the way of your emotional connection and affecting your woman's sex drive, I offer my Attachment Bootcamp video course that's available on my website at adamlanesmith.com. It can help you address those insecurity issues in your relationship and strengthen your bond with your partner right now. Remember, the secret to a thriving relationship is well within your reach, and you can use those 7 tips to do it. I'm Adam Lane Smith, your relationship specialist, and I will see you in the next video.